Joining us now from Marrakech is Amanda Ponzio Mouttaki. Amanda lives in Marrakech, Morocco, and she snapped some photos for us of the aftermath of that quake. Amanda, I know it's been a long day. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And Amanda, I know that you live near the airport in Marrakech. Can you describe what the earthquake felt like when it hit?
Yeah, sure. So we were in our rooms. It was late at night. It was like 11:11, exactly the time that it hit. And we really thought that it was a plane because we are so close to the airport. And so I thought that maybe it was a plane crashing because all of a sudden the house started shaking a little slowly at first. And then it just really picked up intensity, like so much that your teeth are just like shaking in your head. And then we realized that it was not a plane, and grabbed our 5-year-old son and just ran down the steps as fast as we could. And I think it felt like 5 minutes, but I think it probably was like 30 or 45 seconds that the shaking just continued and things were falling off the walls. And it just was very, very intense for that whole time. And then it stopped.
What is going through your mind in that moment? Is it even processing that this is an earthquake? What is going on? Is it just trying to get your child to safety?
I mean, I grew up in Wisconsin, so I know what a tornado is like, but I had no clue what an earthquake was like. And so at first I had literally no idea what it was. And I had my other older kids on the phone with me, and they are in Wisconsin in school. And we just were like, we have to get out of here. We live on the 3rd floor. And so it was just, we have to run. We have to get out of here as fast as we can. And just, grabbed our older son, and my poor other kids that were on the phone just had no clue what was happening. And then the internet went out and the phone lines went out for about 15 minutes and we couldn't call back and we couldn't get through. And so I think that whole time was just, we're safe, we're okay, but like letting them know that we're also okay.
Oh, that must have been terrifying for your kids here stateside, just to hear that you probably scream and the line goes dead. What did you tell your 5-year-old?
I didn't really say anything at first because I didn't really know what to think. And I was really just in shock, and then just reassuring him that we're okay, we're safe. And then he just, he wanted to know if his aunties were okay and if it was going to happen again. And it was his school okay, and were his friends okay? And, just a lot of questions. So just really trying to answer him honestly, but also not traumatize him any further.
Yeah, and we know this is the biggest earthquake to hit Morocco in 120 years. Have you been to see the main city center? Have you seen any of the destruction? What are the most drastic impacts that you've personally witnessed so far?
I mean, in Marrakech, I think the biggest impact is just the buildings that have come down and the walls that have been cracked. I mean, this is these walls and some of these buildings are 800, 900 years old. And just seeing it in a mess, right? And I think people are terrified, right? People are sleeping outside tonight. They won't go home. They've stayed outside all day and they won't go back into their houses. So in the city, thank God, most of the damage is structural or just property. But in the mountain areas outside of the city, it's a lot different story. And a lot of our friends and colleagues up there have reported things are much, much worse.
And we've seen some of the pictures of the damage and heard about that enormous casualty count. What do the pictures and numbers not tell us? What does it feel like to be in Morocco right now?
Honestly, it's kind of surreal because it's such a major thing that's happened, and then people are still have to carry on and do their normal life. Also, Marrakech is a huge tourist city, so there's a lot of tourists that are here right now and have gone through this. And for them, I my heart goes out to them because they, they're supposed to be here on a vacation and they're trying to enjoy their time here. So I guess seeing the juxtaposition of like us having gone through this major thing and them gone through it too, juxtapositioned with like daily life going on and then like tourist activity still happening. I don't know. It's just this very weird atmosphere of, making sense of it, right? Like, and processing it. And that's been strange.
What is your message tonight, especially in light of these areas in the mountains where there were these heavy, heavy casualties, so many families just grieving and really suffering tonight?
Yeah, I think just any help, any support that people can give, just, attention to these areas, because it will be a long time and these places are hard to reach. And these people are, they're already, life up there is already hard. And so this just makes it even harder.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.